Morning. Still January, still really cold, but the days are definitely a little bit longer. And sometimes we feel a little bit of warmth in the middle of the afternoon. And here we all are. I missed my routine for 2 days. Had to go to Saskatoon, and on Sunday I looked so tired that Dan just said, "I'm doing the chores for you." So I took the help. But here I am back in routine, and I have to say that just taking a little break has made it more apparent how much I'm actually able to enjoy this. And you know, I'm trying so hard to enjoy, to feel pleasure, to let my heart be part of my day, and to slow down enough that I'm not just letting my mind run wild with the lists and the things that we're getting accomplished. And you know, the writing about the round pen and how easy it is to circle our edges and kind of wish for what other people have, or wish for what is out there instead of in here, has really sensitized me to the stuff I'm missing by doing that. And there's so much in here, right? Like there's so many people that would love this morning, and would find this morning that I have normally to be their break from reality. And so I have to really remember that the present and the here and now is good. It's good. And so I've really been trying to notice, it's not even trying to notice. It's actually, you know, the idea that my heart is, language is noticing. It's more letting her notice. It's more saying, okay, what do you notice? What do you notice? Because that's what I love. Probably the things that I notice are the things that I really, truly, deeply love. And I notice the sounds of the horses eating, and I notice the warm light in here as a contrast to the very cool light out there. And I do notice light, and I notice warmth and softness and contrasts, and I notice, you know, funny things, absurd things, the paradoxes, the things I don't expect. And that's a good part of having animals, is that you never really know what they're going to do. They're themselves. And so I'm just going to pause this and get Tundra's halter on, and we'll go for a little walk. Okay, I'm trying to set this thing up, and Tundra's very interested. I've been working a little bit more on communicating with her in the stall, and maybe I'll show you how far she's come. I want her to both give to pressure, but also stand still when I want to pet her. And so she's trying to figure that out. When does she move away from pressure? And when does she stand still? So here you go. I'm going to just rub you all over, and you're standing still. I'm not actually asking her to move. Nice little bend. And I'm going to actually, oh, that was really nice. So that was really nice. I'm going to come around here, do the same thing, and then ask her to move away. So she's just thinking about it. Over. Thank you. Yeah. And when you think about it, that's really quite tricky, right? Sometimes I want her to stand still and let me do pressuring things to her. And sometimes I want her to get out of my way. And my intentions are a little bit subtle. Like, I'm thinking it, but I'm not necessarily broadcasting it. So I'm going to try and see if I can get her to stand still while I go around her butt. And she's quite tense because she's thinking hard. And so I really listening to my fear here because I don't want her to kick me, right? And it's an enclosed space, and me going around her butt can really push her. And she's got that little kicky kind of reflex. And so I'm trying to be really clear with my signals. So come in here. I want you to stay still, just moving around, keeping my hand on you. You know where I am. And that was lovely. So I don't even know what cues I'm giving, but I'm trying to just be intentional and know what I want because she can read my body so well. So I'll try again. Come in here, come in here. Yeah, here I come. You're feeling a little more confident there. Yeah. But now I'm going to ask her to move out of my way. We've been working on this. Okay, over. Yeah, good girl. Over. And there we go. So that's really going to keep me a lot safer in this stall and also help her feel more confident that she knows what I want and I'm not surprising her. And she did a really good job of that the other day. I wasn't even thinking, but I walked around her butt while she was eating her oats right after I had come. And so the most dangerous time really when she's like tearing into her oats and the least aware of me and the most likely to accidentally pick me. There we go. So now she's just responding to my presence and my drive energy, and I really love this. But it does come down to me being very present and very much in conversation with her and saying, you know, you might get this wrong. So I'm going to try and be really, really clear and give you a chance to figure it out. And so that's been kind of fun. I'm going to get her halter on and just look at how she drops her head so nice. That I never even tried to teach. She just came up with that on her own. And I appreciate that. So repetition for the win, hey? And of course, most of you guys aren't training a horse, so this is not really about horses so much as it is maybe about your nervous system and the things that you might do reflexively and without thinking and in a self-defense mode. I'm trying to get her out of a self-defense mode and into a thinking and relational mode where she's feeling like she's having fun and we're friends and we're just in a conversation. So I will pause this again. Okay, so I've just arranged my talking stick here, and she is being a little bit pushy because I don't know why, actually, because usually she's not very happy about leaving the barn, but here we go. Let's give it a try and see how she's doing. I'm still taking her out first almost every day so that she gets used to being alone, and she tends to pause here because she wants to say goodbye to Eclipse. And you know what? Eclipse is going to come. So I'm going to just do a little bit of a tug, and that's become so much easier. And also, this following our nose kind of walking that we've done where I've let her tell me where she wants to go has been, I haven't done it every day. Sometimes I'm just like, no, we're going to go. But sometimes I'm going to say, hey, where did you want to look at that? Sure. And that's just, so going against my own grain of, I should be the leader at all times and it's only my ideas. I'm trying to get her in the frame here. And so on and so forth. But again, if you think of the horse as a stand-in for your own nervous system, because horses are big and, reactive, very physical, very immediate. Oh, isn't this nice? She's right in my pocket. Now, I don't like that she's so close, but it's way better than what she was doing before, which was hanging back and hesitating and kind of being a little worried about her environment. So I'm just gonna work really gently on, I love this head down, I love this happiness. She sure wants treats. But, No, we're not connected. We're going to do that again. A little bit foraging. Anyway, your nervous system, my horse, right? Our nervous systems are twitchy. They tend to bolt or fight, depending on how you're constructed, but we know that. And so to help them calm down, be in conversation, be polite, be more mannerly. Oh, there we go. I just need to tell her what I want. No, you're right in my space. And fair enough. I just gave her a bunch of treats, and I have not been taking her on the walks that I did in summer. And so it's just a matter of asking for what I need and her asking for what she wants and us slowing down, like honestly, pausing, letting her be the leader once in a while, letting myself take some time to try to think of alternate interpretations besides maybe the first one that comes to mind, which is that she's my enemy and is just trying to make my life miserable. And how many of us treat our nervous systems that way, I wonder? How many of us are actually somewhat, say, abusive coach to our nervous systems, where when we get scared, we pile on more challenge. And when we get twitchy and maybe a little bit balky, we might even try to shame ourselves and really push very hard and just assume so many bad things. And I'm just really thinking about that with myself. That's a girl. When I slow down, when I give her a bit of a turn in the conversation, we have a good time. And no, it turns out she's not trying to make my life miserable whatsoever. She's really just being herself. And herself is a grand personality. But it's not me. It's not me. It's her. And the same thing with our nervous systems. I'm actually using the strategies that I'm sharing on Substack to help myself almost other my own patterns and my own defaults and my own deep channels. And I think this gives me a way to love myself in the sense of not being self-absorbed, but more being self-curious and listening and saying, what were you trying to do there? What was the purpose of that reaction? And could I find a nicer, calmer, gentler, more spacious way to give you what you need, as opposed to you having to take what you need from the interaction? This is now 13 minutes, and so I'm going to wrap it up. But I hope you can think of your own nervous system like a very big, beautiful horse or other animal, or just yourself, because you know what? Like, you are blessed with this very powerful, brilliant, beautiful, and somewhat diverse, kind of soul. And that's a gift. It's not easy to be a leader for all of those drives and energies. But I think that, anytime that we can spend time with the most honest members of our teams, our outer teams, we get some insight into our inner teams. All right, have a great week.